Hey Vivek,
Hi Maya, I was absent in school today. What did you study about?
today was actually very intriguing. We got to know that plants are actually living.
Wow. Teach me please.
Sure. Hi everyone. Welcome to our YouTube channel Ask Prep. In today's video, we are going to discuss about life processes. To maintain life, organisms have to perform certain functions such as nutrition, respiration, reproduction and excretion etc., which are called as life processes. Even when we are just sitting in class, even if we are just asleep, this maintenance job has to go on. In the case of a single-celled organism, no specific organs for taking in food, exchange of gases or removal of wastes may be needed because the entire surface of the organism is in contact with the environment. Nutrition. Nutrition is the process of taking in food and converting it into energy and other vital nutrients required for life. In the process of nutrition, organisms utilize nutrients. The main nutrients are carbohydrates, fat, protein, vitamins, minerals, and roughage. The general requirement for energy and materials is common in all organisms, but it is fulfilled in different ways. Some organisms use simple food material obtained from inorganic sources in the form of carbon dioxide and water. Autotropic nutrition. Autotropic nutrition is a mode of nutrition in which organisms synthesize their own food from inorganic substances, typically using energy from sunlight or chemical reactions. Autotrophs are the foundation of most food chains and are essential to ecosystems because they convert inorganic carbon into organic compounds, which are then used by other organisms for energy and growth. Photosynthesis is the process by which autotrophs, such as plants, algae, and certain bacteria, use sunlight to convert carbon dioxide, CO, and water, HO, into organic compounds, typically carbohydrates like glucose. Oxygen, O, is produced as a byproduct. The general equation for photosynthesis is 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus light energy C6H12O6 plus 6O2 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus light energy C6H12O6 plus 6O2. Heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition is a mode of nutrition in which organisms obtain organic compounds from other living or dead organisms. Unlike autotrophic nutrition, where organisms produce their own food, heterotrophs must consume other organisms or organic matter to meet their nutritional needs. Nutrition in human beings. The alimentary canal is basically a long tube extending from the mouth to the anus. We eat various types of food which has to pass through the same digestive tract. Naturally, the food has to be processed to generate particles which are small and of the same texture. This is achieved by crushing the food with our teeth. Since the lining of the canal is soft, the food is also wetted to make its passage smooth. When we eat something we like, our mouth waters. Human digestive system. Gastrointestinal tract. This is a long tube extending from the mouth to the anus, consisting of several key organs. Mouth turns food into small pieces with the help of the teeth and saliva. Esophagus, a muscular tube that carries food from the mouth to the stomach. Stomach, a sac-like organ where food is mixed with gastric juices, including hydrochloric acid and pepsin, which help break down proteins. Small intestine, the primary site of digestion and nutrient absorption. The small intestine is divided into three parts: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Enzymes from the pancreas and bile from the liver aid in digestion here. Large intestine. This includes the colon, rectum, and anus. The large intestine absorbs water and electrolytes, while beneficial bacteria help break down any remaining nutrients. It also compacts and stores waste, stool, before elimination. Rectum acts as the stool's temporary storage. Anus, where stool exits the body. Respiration. The food material taken in during the process of nutrition is used in cells to provide energy for various life processes. Diverse organisms do this in different ways. Some use oxygen to break down glucose completely into carbon dioxide and water. Some use other pathways that do not involve oxygen. Human respiratory system. In human beings, air is taken into the body through the nostrils. The air passing through the nostrils is filtered by fine hairs that line the passage. The passage is also lined with mucus which helps in this process. From here, the air passes through the throat and into the lungs. Rings of cartilage are present in the throat. These ensure that the air passage does not collapse. Within the lungs, the passage divides into smaller and smaller tubes which finally terminate in balloon-like structures which are called alveoli, singular alveolus. The alveoli provide a surface where the exchange of gases can take place. Because of this, air is sucked into the lungs and fills the expanded alveoli. The blood brings carbon dioxide from the rest of the body for release into the alveoli, and the oxygen in the alveolar air is taken up by blood in the alveolar blood vessels to be transported to all the cells in the body. During the breathing cycle, when air is taken in and let out, the lungs always contain a residual volume of air so that there is sufficient time for oxygen to be absorbed and for the carbon dioxide to be released. Transportation. The heart. The heart is a muscular organ which is as big as our fist. Because both oxygen and carbon dioxide have to be transported by the blood, the heart has different chambers to prevent the oxygen-rich blood from mixing with the blood containing carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide-rich blood has to reach the lungs for the carbon dioxide to be removed, and the oxygenated blood from the lungs has to be brought back to the heart. This oxygen-rich blood is then pumped to the rest of the body. Deoxygenated blood comes from the body to the upper chamber on the right atrium, as it relaxes. As the right atrium contracts, the corresponding lower chamber, the right ventricle, dilates. This transfers blood to the right ventricle, which in turn pumps it to the lungs for oxygenation. Since ventricles have to pump blood into various organs, they have thicker muscular walls than the atria do. Walls ensure that blood does not flow backwards when the atria or ventricles contract. Arteries are the vessels which carry blood away from the heart to various organs of the body. Since the blood emerges from the heart under high pressure, the arteries have thick, elastic walls. Veins collect the blood from different organs and bring it back to the heart. They do not need thick walls because the blood is no longer under pressure. Instead, they have walls that ensure that the blood flows only in one direction. Excretion. The excretory system of human beings includes a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, a urinary bladder and a urethra. Kidneys are located in the abdomen, one on either side of the backbone. Urine produced in the kidneys passes through the ureters into the urinary bladder where it is stored until it is released through the urethra. The primary organ responsible for excretion in humans is the kidney. Each person has two kidneys, which filter the blood to remove excess water, salts, and metabolic byproducts, such as urea and creatinine. In addition to the urinary system, other organs contribute to excretion in humans. The liver processes many toxic substances, including drugs and alcohol, and converts them into forms that can be excreted through bile or urine.
Maya, it's funny how this conversation turned into a class.
Yes, I learned it at Ask Prep.
I will also subscribe to their channel.
Thanks for joining us today. We will continue making these knowledgeable videos for you in future. Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and stay safe.